Old line watches. Go flying with the Wolbrook.
Hey there, welcome to another episode of Old Line Watches. With you is Jeremy, your old man from the old line state of Maryland. Today we got the review of the Wolbrook X-15, a watch that was an homage, not a reissue, because they didn't, I don't know. It's one of those Phoenix / zombie brands that got resurrected, and it's modeled after the watch that Neil Armstrong wore while he was a test pilot for the X-15. Taking any of that aside, though, it's a fine timepiece. I've rather enjoyed it, and I'll be glad to talk to you about it. But first, do a quick wristwatch check. It's the Bulova Precisionist. And as usual, I would like to take a moment at the top of the show to say thank you to a few subscribers. Today we're going to say thank you to Toby R., Carta Jenner, and Meredith G. Thank you very much for being subscribers. It means the world to me. Makes me feel validated as a person. I know there is not much time left to enter the current giveaway. It is for a, don't call it Tiffany Blue, don't call it a Rolex homage, made by the Pagani Polks people. Hit the description. It'll have the link for the contest and the entries, blah, blah, blah. And be sure to tune in on Friday when I do my 400 subscriber giveaway, because we just crossed that threshold. Rawr, noise, awesome, minor accomplishments, let's celebrate. That's how I do. As usual, there will be coupon codes, referral links, affiliate links, anything that I find that's like a good deal, anything that helps you, me, both of us. You know how it is. All right, let's turn around and make it happen. All right, let's dive right in here. It is the Wolbrook X-15. It says Douglas on the dial. I guess that's part of the homageness of it. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest with you. It features a case diameter of 40 millimeter with a lug-to-lug of 48, lug width of 20 mil. It is 13.9 thick, but the dome alone probably accounts for 1.5 millimeters of that thing. It is a thicky boy there. I think I measured it as 11 mil, not counting that thing. Weighs in at 114 grams on its supplied Milanese. It is powered by what I believe to be a Miyota 8000 series that they have removed the rotor from so that they could call it a hand wind, even though I can sit here and wind this thing forever and it won't actually stop like a true hand wind would. So it is just something they took the movement, it is something they just took the rotor out of to make it a non-automatic, and it does not hack. So I'm thinking Miyota 8000, cheap, easy, reliable. That's my guess anyhow. The case features radial brushing along the surface with straight brushing across. It is all 316L stainless steel. The crystal is Hesalite, which is a nice way to say plastic, which is fine with the retro vibe going on here and makes it easier to clean up. Like, there's only a couple small scratches on this thing, and it was scuffed, all kinds of scuffed up, before I hit it with some of that poly watch, make it look nice and shiny again. And this crystal features something I personally had never seen before. I'm sure it exists elsewhere, but I'm still impressed by it. Look at the date window. You'll see it's got a Cyclops, but where's the Cyclops? That's right, it's attached to the underside of the crystal, which I thought was just unbelievably cool. Yeah, I'm sure someone else has done it. I'm sure that's not an innovation that came from them, but I don't care. It's neat. I like it. The push-pull crown is signed and is 6 millimeters in diameter. It is reasonably grippy and easy to wind, which should be for a, hand winding watch. The case back is pretty dope. It's got a front angle look at the X-15 plane itself. The proof is in the flying. Altitude of 63.1 kilometers. Experimental aircraft traveling at Mach 5.74. That's right, almost 6 times the speed of sound. Outstanding aircraft. This watch is not as outstanding as the X-15, but it is pretty good. has 100 meter of water resistance. It has a very pleasantly made Milanese strap with quick release spring bars, and it has that kind of dimpled backside there, so when you adjust the clasp it will stay more securely. I'm a fan of that particular design feature. It has the double folder, so fold once, fold twice, extra security. We have painted everything, no applied stuff here. Arabics at the 12369 with sticks at every other hour marker. All of it is loomed. A nicely longer than usual minute track, which the minute hand goes right up to, but we'll come around to that in just a moment. A 24-hour markers running around the inside of it with a nicely framed date window that is easily legible. Womp womp womp. Downside of that particular setup there, the 3 always looks a little wonky. Like if you catch it from the perfect angle, the 3 looks just fine. It's, sized comparatively to the rest of the Arabics, but because of the Cyclops, it does make the 3 look a little wonky no matter what you try and do. Yeah, just one of those things, but I'm overlooking it. Back to the dial. It's got Douglas up top, shock resistant down below, a fairly basic black matte background to it, but it does create a very solid vintage vibe all around. We got a long stick for the minute hand and an arrow for the hour hand. Both are loomed. The second hand is not loomed, but is a delightful red color that catches the light really, really well and looks really, really cool. Trying to capture it here with my studio lights is not the best, but I think you can kind of get a, that's pretty close to it right there. That's the awesome sauce of that. It also features a multi-function bezel. It has the time zones around, so you can do multiple tracking, but also at Greenwich time, which is GMT 0, it has a little arrow which you can then use to... The movement on this is solid, reliable, pretty good, but if you point Greenwich to your minute hand, you now have a dive time. See? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, etc., etc. So it does kind of have that cool dual function there. All right, let's turn the lights down low and see where it goes. As you can see, the loom on this thing is really well applied and thickly applied, particularly for painted loom. It looks great, very super legible. The bezel, as you can see, is not at all loomed, but for a retro skin divery, not quite a diver type watch, it does just fine, It's good. It's real good. Let's go see what time it is. It's running pretty well there. 5 seconds per day. Strong amplitude. Unfortunately, it's got a kind of a strong beat error that's right around the upper limit of what is acceptable. But again, it's a Miyota 8000 series movement, so you can't expect the world out of it either. But all in all, it's solid effort. Here it is on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. As you can see, it fits very nicely. Looks really good, sits well. For the props, I gotta give it to him for going just about all in on the vintage skin diver thing there. Including the world timer was a interesting touch. I'm not sure entirely how I feel about it. Well, yes I am, and you'll find out soon. But the overall design aesthetic of it, from the choice of using the Hesselite to the dial design, even like the Milanese, it all screams just the whole retro vibe, which I'm really digging it. It pays a lot of respect to what came before. 4D slops. The design also is a little bit all over the place, like the world timer bezel on a skin diver, on a... I don't know. You might recall my camel video about the Axwell GMT that looked like it was designed by committee. It just like, okay, this is cool, throw it in there. This is cool, throw it in there. Sometimes they don't know when to stop putting things on there, and they should just leave well enough alone. I think this would have been much better suited with a standard dive time bezel. But what do I know? I'm not a watchmaker. My other slop is inside of here. It's a weak movement, Miyota 8000 series, for something that's frankly, I mean, this nice. It is a nice watch. It is a good watch. It's retails for $462, which is really like $150 to $200 too expensive. I'm sure you can find deals on it. This was a platinum sub from Watch Gang prior to the price increase, which put it at about a $300 actual cost, which is reasonable. Still should have had a better movement. I get they went with the 8000 series because it is a fairly slim automatic movement, and then they slimmed it further by eliminating the rotor, but do better next time, guys. So that was the Wolbrook X-15. If you think you might like it, give it a shot. I certainly enjoy having it. Before we go, do that usual thing of, if you've enjoyed this video, please press the like button. Boop. If you have enjoyed this channel, please press the subscribe button. Boop. I got nothing about, I'm running out of jokes about the bell icon. Don't do that. I mean, it's no one wants. I mean, the YouTube algorithm wants that, and no one else does. You really don't want your phone to go beep. A random dude has uploaded another watch video. You don't. It's fine. I'll suffer through the algorithm hate for not having the bell icon pushed. But comments feed the algorithm, and comments make me very happy. And you only get a notification if I reply back. When I reply back. It's a rare comment that I don't reply to. I mean, if you just say hi or something like that, I'm still gonna be like, hi, what's up, buddy? You know, I just like interacting. That's how I am. That's the kind of person I am. All right, so until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. This has been your old man from the Old Line State, signing off.